the funniest thing she heard in a podcast last week when I said something about a mailman. And I don't remember what I said, but she was like, "That was so funny." And I was like, "What did I say?" I don't
I don't remember you
I'll have to
saying
go
anything
listen
about a
now.
mailman.
I know, I don't remember either. And I was like, "Okay,
Damn it, Stevens is funny even when she's not trying to be. Look at
I
that.
guess."
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Cinco Podcast, where three friends get together, talk, and discuss their top five favorite things in hopes that it sparks some discussion with you guys. To this week's episode is brought to you by the Bakersfield Dodgers. Remember when Bakersfield had a professional team that would send its players over here, and you saw people like Raul Mondesi, Mike Piazza, not Pedro Martinez, but Raul Martinez, right, Enrique? That was the older brother?
Yeah,
Ramon Martinez,
Ramon.
and countless
hmm
others. I think Eric Carroll's too, or am I making that up? But that was Bakersfield's own professional baseball team, who is now, after many name changes, become the Bakersfield Barnstormers. Right? No, Train Robbers. The Bakersfield Train Robbers. So, which is affiliated with nobody but a team of broken dreams. So, with that being said, Steven, say hi.
Hello.
Enrique, say what's up.
What's up, everyone?
And remember, guys, my name is Ivan. And as we are recording today, as you can tell by Enrique's hats that he wears all the time, and the Griffey jersey in the back, and what's playing in the background right now as we speak, and my sad attempt at representing a team, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, of Tustin, of Atascadero, Orange County affiliates. It is opening day as the time of this recording. And I was thinking about as much as look, I have probably watched more soccer than anything else now. I would admit that. But I was thinking about baseball and like this country, and I'm like, is there any other sport that is more connected to like the history of this country than baseball? Like even with the whole Jackie Robinson thing, even with the small beginnings, and then it got big, and then most famous baseball players going to World War II and doing stuff, and the fact that they were the biggest superstars, the fact that Babe Ruth was making more money than the president at one time, like just all this like history attached to the game, the fact that there's this whole other league of Negro League players that is you hear all these stories about similar because they couldn't do it. And yes, it happened in boxing. Yes, well, boxing maybe's up there too, but it wasn't happening in football where anybody was paying attention at the time. Like you hear stories now and you're like, oh, but nobody was watching it like they watched baseball, like things like that. And oh man, it's just I remember this time of the year is also along with baseball season and when you played for your high school. Also along when you were little league was coming up. Like,
Mhm.
like all these things that kind of go along, the heat, the nicer weather. I mean, sometimes a little too hot, but I just remember that like this time of the year was that time of the year when I knew it was starting because like big league baseball was happening, you know? And my dad didn't take me to any sports but baseball games. That
Really?
was again the one thing that he took me to were baseball games. Didn't take me to football games, didn't take me to soccer games because soccer wasn't really like that how it is now where like you could just do that. It was baseball. It was just baseball, not hockey and basketball and any of that other stuff too, which he watches, but I know his game of choice for sure 110% is baseball. So
That's cool.
any Stevens, Enrique, any like memories of opening day, just baseball as a whole growing up? Because that was like me every summer. Like every freaking summer it was baseball.
I mean, I have a lot of memories, right? But I didn't grow up going to a lot of games, but the few that I did go to, they're in my brain. Those memories are just not ever gonna go away. And it was, it's one of those things when you're growing up, you just kind of fall in love with things for no reason. And that's kind of what happened with me when I went to my first game, to Dodger Stadium. I remember buying the tickets they had ticket booths outside. You'd walk up, buy tickets,
Yeah, you
paper
can just get up
tickets.
there. Oh,
And I remember they were like $7, you know, $10 if it was a
Yep.
good
hmm
seat.
hmm
And just the memory that I always remember and that I just will never forget is just sitting in the pavilions and just staring at the grass and thinking, what amazing grass they have here. How do they make this so green and how is it so flat with no
Yeah.
holes anywhere where you're gonna
There's
trip?
not one ankle that's gonna get messed up on this grass,
No,
fool.
it was like
Yeah.
carpet, and I
hmm
remember I remember smelling it also. which now I don't. But I remember as a kid, I don't know what it was, and I don't know if I'm the smell. I don't know if I'm making it up in my brain. My brain is just making it up. But
Mhm.
I remember smelling the grass, and I remember thinking, "This is so beautiful," you know. And remember the game. I remember the games would go by so fast when you were there
Oh,
because like I didn't want to
When you were
leave.
young. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so amazed at everything, and then all of a sudden the
Mhm.
games were over. It's like, oh, and I don't get so bummed out because I had to go home.
I gotta go home to
But
my grass.
yeah, no grass. I didn't have any grass at home at that time, like
Yeah, yeah,
literally.
yeah. Yeah,
So
no. Yeah. hmm Stevens, what was the team of choice in Rancho Cucamonga? Was it a Dodger town or an Angel town?
oh, good question. I don't know. I don't know. Our team was the Angels because that was like the closest stadium and stuff, right? So when we went to games, it was mostly there.
hmm
Um, but then shoot, after I moved away, or right when I was moving away, we got our minor league team. So,
Oh.
so
which is
I know
affiliated with the Dodgers, right?
the Quakes. Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
they're a Dodger organization?
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Double A?
No, triple.
I
Yes,
was gonna
double
say,
A,
is it?
double A.
Double A? Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I think they were triple A at one point, but they're not anymore. They're double A, and because the triple A is in Oklahoma City now.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know, like I've always been. Well, we've talked before
hmm
on earlier podcasts and whatever. Like my days of watching like baseball. I will watch. I love going to live events.
Yes.
Hmm.
hmm
I have a hard time on TV with baseball for some reason, but I'll watch if it's on, like if I'm passing. But I don't normally look for that, so it's not normally on. If that makes sense. Um, but I like to follow in the background. But I'm not a fanatic like you guys. Like it's not something I would know all the details about and all that. But
It's funny, of all the games, I think that's the one I know the most history about.
yeah,
Like it was,
You're such a baseball historian, and I love it.
yeah.
bro, it's crazy. Like I don't
He
Like
knows
even
you
a
don't
know it.
lot
I
of
even
love it. I
like
players,
love it, dude.
stats. Yeah, you
you
know
don't
a
even
lot.
care to keep up nowadays. You just want to know
I
everything
know.
about the past.
Yeah.
I know I need to do better about that. I really do because
But
I think there is amazing stuff to still watch. It just sucks when your team sucks donkey dicks
that's
and
what
like
it
Mhm.
they're
is.
really bad that it
Yeah,
makes it hard to, you know what
it
I mean,
makes
to
it really
tune
hard.
in. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? But like, and now one of the biggest reasons why I should watch is gone, and he's killing it with you guys. Hit an opposite field home run today, right? So it's like I don't even have that, and I'll probably get Trout for a month or two, and he'll be shelved, and then you know it just makes it difficult. But yeah,
Yeah,
history wise, bro, it's gross. Like I don't even know why. Like I have literally probably watched that baseball documentary by Ken Burns like multiple times, all
it's
the innings,
amazing.
including
It's
the
great.
extra inning, bro. It's
Yeah,
crazy. Like,
yeah,
why do I know who Double Day like Bornsberry of? You know, like knows like these like ridiculous things, and I'm like, what knowledge do I need this for? But I love it. I just think it's such a cool game when it comes to the facts, and just like you were saying, it lends itself to stories better than I think a lot of other games where people talk about the smell of the grass or like you know the sound that a certain player would make when he hits. Bitch, you didn't hear nothing, but in
yeah,
your head you're like it lends itself to that. And I think
Mhm.
when
yeah,
historians talk about the game, bro, you hear no facts. When you
yeah,
hear old people talk about
Mm.
the game, there is zero facts in their stories. It's all this like he was a Goliath. He stood 7'6", but he was 5'6". Like, but in that time he was such a big personality that he was this big man or whatever. I think
Yeah.
baseball for some reason, good and bad sometimes though, right? Because then some of
yeah,
those old guys get very like, get off my grass or whatever.
yeah,
And I think that could hurt the game sometimes, and it does. But it's like, man, if they could figure out a way to bring that along with like fusing it with the new, which I think, you know, like now players celebrating a little bit. Cause like even some of these older fans that I talk to at work, they're like, yeah, they celebrate when they hit the home run. I'm like, always like, bro, it would take me 5 minutes to round the bases if I hit a homer. You would
yeah,
hate me. They'd be like, we're back from commercial and the ropes goes barely around second, doing the robot and shit. Like, whatever, bro. If you don't like it, don't let me hit it. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you don't like it, don't let me get a hold of one, bro. Like, you gotta let them have fun. I mean, I'm super excited about next year's World Baseball Classic. Like I
Yeah.
want to catch Mexico in a game. I want to have a banda behind me playing freaking
Hmm.
songs and trumpets, and I think that's cool. It lends itself to be super cool. We just have to be kind of okay with it. Like, like be like just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
What do you think when do you think that changed and became, like, the long game and, like, because like, there was times where games were, like, 4 hours, right? I think that's
Not
probably
anymore.
I know, but that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, when did that change so that, like, it is fun to play and they have to be on their game and it's about, like, I don't know, it's more than
We're gonna
just
fix baseball,
stats.
Stevens. I got you. We're gonna send this to Major League Baseball right now. We're gonna
Okay,
fix the game.
perfect.
Number
Let's hear
one,
it.
it's an expensive game to play. I think. I think compared to basketball, where you just need a basketball, soccer
Mhm.
ball, you don't even need a court. You just
Yeah.
need a field, right? Baseball's kind of expensive, especially if you want to try to keep up with all these like even actually some of those kids that are with multiple bats and all this stuff,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's a little daunting sometimes. You know what I mean? Like if you're a parent and you're
Sure.
thinking about that, or I can just have them run around with the basketball or have them run around with the soccer ball, right? I think that's a little bit. That's I also think the world sped up.
Mm.
Like the game is at the same speed, and now it's quicker, right? I think they've done a better job of speeding it up with the clock and stuff like that. I think it's awesome how quick some games are, and I don't think you're losing out on skill or anything like that. I don't know pitching. I heard pitchers complain that maybe that's causing injuries or something, but we'll see. Because I think pitchers were getting injured left and right anyways because they pitch too much. Period. But since they're little, not because of the game. But I think the world sped up, and maybe it took a little while for baseball to speed up a little bit.
Mm.
Like it could be a long game. What's the longest game you think you've ever been at, Enrique? Have you been at a 4 hour game before?
I don't know if I've been at one in person, but 3 hours for
I have.
sure. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
rough.
have.
Yeah, extra innings, bro, and or
Yeah.
like a shellacking, like a ten to
Hmm.
two, and you're
Yeah.
like, and especially if your team's not the one shellacking,
Yeah.
you're like, what the fuck?
Hmm.
Why am I still here? But
Yeah.
but that the extra inning ones I remember was the Fourth of the July game, and then Trout hit a homer and won it, and it was one of the
Yeah.
coolest experiences I ever had. So you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
payoff is there, right? So
Yeah.
I think a lot of it is just the world sped up. They
Mm.
were talking about how different but the same, um that like even streaming services are losing more and more people because like we're dying, and the kids are like, I don't want Peacock, I can just go on TikTok and watch a 10-second video.
Yeah.
So that they're noticing that they're gonna have to figure stuff out because even a 30-minute show might be too long. You know what I mean? So
Which is
I think a lot of
crazy
it
to
has to do
me.
with the world sped up a little bit. What do you think, Enrique? What do you think slowed its growth or stunted its growth? Because as much as we hate to say it, football is king in the United States. Good
It's
old
the most
American pigskin
it's the most
is king.
viewed. Like
Hmm.
I googled when you said what other
Oh,
sport is the most
hmm.
history. Excuse me. And it says American football is currently the most popular by
It is.
viewership, but
Hmm.
baseball holds the distinction of being the sport with the longest and most significant history in the US. So, I
Yeah,
mean it's
110%.
exactly what you said. Yeah.
Hmm. What do you think, Enrique? What do you think? Why did people go away from baseball?
Um, I think that baseball made some mistakes, right? The strike in the late '90s kind of pushed a lot of people away,
Mm.
and a
Hmm.
lot of those people didn't come back. You know,
Hmm.
and as the years have gone by in recent history, you've had other leagues come into existence. The MLS existed in the late '90s, but it wasn't really a viable challenger to any other league. And
Hmm.
some might argue that it's still not they're still not gonna pull people from other leagues, but it's another thing for people to do.
Hmm. Oh, no
I
matter what you
think,
take away from baseball.
yeah, I think
Hmm.
that look, just like people just I think that football became cool for just like people are a lot of football fans are just fans because it's just cool to be fans. Like they
Hmm.
don't know the players, they don't really care, but it's just cool to it's something to look forward to on the weekends and hang out. It's like an event every Sunday to go somewhere, to go to a bar, to go to a restaurant, sit, go if you have a group of friends that likes to watch games, and then everyone gets together, they drink, they barbecue, whatever, and it's a thing every Sunday. You're not having games, even though there's Monday night games. There's Thursday games, but you know what I mean. The Sunday games is always there's always a big
Hmm.
Sunday night game,
Hmm.
so it's like more of an event. So like people like buy into the idea of like, oh, it's so fucking cool, right? Whatever. I personally see past it. I'm kind of a hater a little bit of, when it comes to that stuff. It's like cool. Like I get like it's not even that cool. Like I guess it's cool. People are hitting each other. Like I guess, but
CTE
I
is cool,
also love.
dog. CTE is cool,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. But I love baseball, right? So like
Hmm.
I'm always gonna have the baseball's back. So I think that all through that period, which we're still in, is people just don't think baseball's cool, and there's too many games to keep up with. There's games every day. That's what I love
Hmm.
about it. I'm the
That's
opposite.
what
I
that's
love
what
that there's.
people that's what people loved before too, though, right? Because they gave you
Yeah,
something to look forward to that day. That was a cool
yeah,
thing about it. If anything, people were probably pissed on the day off, right? They were like, "Wait, no
yeah.
baseball today? What are we doing?" You know
I
what I mean?
get
Like,
bummed out. Yeah, I get bummed out when there's not a game, even though there's
Mhm.
always other games going on. But like
yeah.
if my team's not playing, and then I'm like, God damn, fuck, that sucks. There's no game today. Just one day
Hmm.
and have a game the next day. But um, and I think that just people are just kids that back in the day that have grown up now. They may appreciate different things that baseball cannot provide.
Hmm.
And I think like anything else, everything goes in cycles. You know, and baseball has been forced to make changes to the rules to maybe bring in more viewership. Um, but later on, things that end up being something that it's not cool to watch, then eventually people start watching it because it's not cool for the same reason that people stop watching. They want to be the cool ones that
Yeah,
are into it, and
yeah,
then it
yeah,
becomes popular, and it's
yeah.
just a cycle. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Hmm.
Um, so I don't know. It's a tough one for me, because I can be a little bit of a hater when it comes to like football, even though I know like that gets the most viewership. But to me, I'd rather watch a UEFA Champions League final than a fucking Super Bowl any day of the week.
Oh, 110%.
You
God,
know
if
what I
Mexico
mean?
ever made it to a final of a World Cup, fool,
Or a
don't
World
fucking
Cup,
talk to
yeah,
me, bro, for like a week. Dog. I'll quit my job. You can't take the day off. Well, fuck you, sir. I'm staying home to
yeah,
watch this game. Like, you know what I mean? God, hell no, bro. Are you kidding me? Imagine?
yeah,
I can't imagine it. I don't even know what I would be like. Yeah, no, I'd be insufferable. Like, it'd be gross. But I think with soccer, I think the fact that the world shrunk and that you can see every single game has also helped that where I think kids probably watch a lot of soccer. And it doesn't have that you have a great player like Messi, whatever, but you also have a beautiful unicorn like Ronaldo. And these kids have
hmm,
grown up watching this fucking amazing player and they can watch him every week and
Yeah.
be part of his online fucking millions and millions of people that follow him. And I think that kind of has helped like soccer for sure,
yeah,
or football, and and especially in America, because it's not just about the MLS, it's about so many other leagues. And even like baseball, like when the Dodgers were playing the Tokyo Giants, right? Like the fact that I
hmm,
could see like clips from that, I'm like, bro, I couldn't see that when I was little. Like,
right, yeah,
you know what I mean? So I was like, how cool is that? That's freaking awesome
yeah.
or whatever. But
Well,
guys,
I
there's a
think
lot of cool things in baseball. Like,
a
there
big
really
mis-
is.
a big mistake that baseball did was all those years where it wasn't like they weren't allowed to celebrate. It's like against
Hmm.
unwritten rules, like you can't celebrate, and even like players are just boring. When your best player in the league is like doesn't have any commercials or that
Hmm.
Mike Trout, those whole years when he was like the best player in the world,
Hmm.
you never heard of him. You never, and unfortunately, you would never see him in the playoffs. And
Hmm.
how many playoff games has he played in his career?
One,
Yeah.
one. Hmm.
So you know what I mean? So that doesn't help you in like to get people excited to watch your product. And
But I think MLB
now,
has to do a better job of promoting the stars too, though, right?
well,
Like,
I guess that's the
yeah.
point.
Hmm.
That I'm not making a good job of making that. That's the point I'm trying to make is
Hmm.
the stars that are flashy. They never promoted them. People never know about them.
Hmm.
People like it doesn't force people to like or want to make people to go watch games just because
Hmm.
that player is fun to watch, and they want to see. Now Shohei's that guy now, and there's a lot
Hmm.
of people that go out of their way to watch him fucking hit a baseball. You know,
But he's selling me New Balance, bro. He's like, yeah, I know he's doing Japanese commercials like crazy, probably, bro.
oh dude,
Like,
he makes
you
so
know what
much.
I
He
mean?
makes so much money.
He's
Yeah,
on Fortnite. He was
he
a
Oh
character on
wow,
is.
Fortnite. Yeah, he was a
He
character on
is.
Fortnite. So
that's
that's
cool.
the kind of stuff I think they need to keep doing, and
Yes.
promote these, which is funny because while Major League Baseball was boring, you would see La Serie del Caribe with full-blown freaking bandas and grupos in the crowd and people doing salsa merengue dances. And then you hear about these Japanese bat flips where these guys are throwing the bat like halfway up to the sky or whatever when they would hit it. So it was just us. Because the rest of the
Yeah.
world was like, why are we having fun? Like, it's a fun game. Like, it's a fun game. Like turning a double play in the middle and then like celebrating with your shortstop or your second baseman, fun, bro. Hitting a home run, even though I never did it, hitting a home run, bro, must be like amazing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, there's so much fun to have in the game, man. You
Yeah.
just got to do it. On a not fun side, I don't know if you heard about this, Steven. I know Enrique has. Enrique, I know you guys are out on the internet scurrying. What the hell's happened to Mookie Betts, bro? Because
Yeah. I
I've
don't
heard
know.
conspiracy theories and none of them are good, dog. So, like,
What
what's
did you
going on,
hear?
bro?
No, I mean,
Oh.
no one
Stevens, have
that
you heard
he
about
doesn't
this?
even.
Mm-mm.
This man has lost how many pounds, Enrique?
I think at least 15. He's gained
They're saying
5 as
closer to
of
20 though,
yesterday.
right?
Yeah, probably 20 by the time. Yeah.
And
So
he wasn't
is
a
he?
big guy anyways.
No, is he trying to slim down for
No,
Oh
no,
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 no.
no.
like?
He's vomiting like left and right. Like he has a mystery illness and they do not know what it is,
Oh no.
So he
which is
started feeling
wild to me to
bad.
think.
So they went to Tokyo to play those two games about a week ago, week and a half ago,
Hmm.
or whatever, like a week ago. They he said that like 2 days before they left, he started just throwing up and he couldn't keep food down. And then but he got on the plane to go to Tokyo. He's like, well, maybe it's a bug, 24-hour
A
bug,
flu or
whatever,
something.
whatever. I'll get over it. By the time we get over there, I'll be good. Well, he didn't get good. The whole time he was over there, he just
Hmm.
he couldn't hold any. Like he said that he didn't even feel bad. I guess during that time he did feel bad, and then he came back by himself and could not for like a whole week could not keep any food down
Oh
at
gosh.
all. And then by early this week, he felt fine. He had lost 15 pounds because he couldn't eat, but he felt fine. He was working out. He was practicing. One of the games against the Angels, he was in the lineup, but then they scratched him because I guess he ate. He tried to eat something before the game. He threw up
Oh.
again.
Oh.
Damn, bro.
So then but now he's good. He played today. Now I
Oh,
guess as of
oh, okay.
yesterday, yeah. As of yesterday, he was finally ate and didn't throw up. So he played today. But he got interviewed after that
Wow, he
Angels
played
game.
today.
No, yeah. So
Damn.
he
Wow.
they were interviewing him. I saw an interview like 2 days ago after one of the Angels games. He was saying he feels fine. He doesn't feel weak. He feels like he just couldn't keep food down. Yes, it's super weird. He
Weird.
So
said he
there's
felt
a.
like he felt strong. He didn't feel weak. Like he just couldn't, But like I said yesterday, he ate and everything was good. So today he played, and I guess he's good now.
So Dodgers have an article from yesterday that says he was dealing with norovirus,
What's
which
that?
is which it's it's pretty much that. Like, let me see exactly like what it does, but I know it's a lot of
I've never heard of
vomiting.
norovirus.
Like, you just
Damn.
can't keep anything in. Leading cause of vomiting and diarrhea. It's a foodborne illness.
So he
You
ate
get it
something
from
bad and they just got him.
probably you get it from people like not washing their hands and stuff while they're preparing foods.
Sucio,
Let's
bro.
see. How long does it
Dude,
take to get over? 1 to 3 days. So I guess it
Damn,
he
he
just
had
had it
the
for like a
hit
the
him
week.
major league
harder.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's scary, bro. Nah, everybody was speculating. Oh my, what if he's sick? Or what if he's gonna die? What if, you hear all these stupid shits. And I'm just like, dude, that sucks, bro. Like, No
Yeah.
matter what, I mean, because it felt like what it was like 2 weeks then, right?
Wow.
No, well, they played in Tokyo
So I
last
mean,
week, right?
so yeah, so it's okay. It's about like 10 days or something like that. Maybe not the full two
Yeah.
weeks. Ugh. But to lose that much weight, well, but again, they're big dudes, right? So I think that probably comes off so fast because they're just big guys, and I'm sure he wasn't doing too much of anything. But
Yeah.
that's good, man. I'm glad he was on. How'd he do today? Do you even know?
He got on one. I think he got a hit. Um,
Jesus
but
Christ, that's
he,
awesome.
yeah, he played shortstop.
That's cool.
So
That's
Norovirus, man.
crazy.
The many like taco trucks that I eat, you think I'd get that soon? I probably have. I don't even know.
You
My
I think
mom
may
you
just
would
made me
have.
know.
drink a bottle just my mom just made me drink a bottle of Pepto Bismol or whatever, right, to get over it. Not just a cup, but the whole bottle to knock it out. On an update on our Paul Skenes card, it was officially
Mm,
sold for 1.1 million.
that's
Kind of
That's
it?
low. I thought it'd be
fucking
higher for some reason.
no. That's nuts, bro.
That's it.
That's
1.1
crazy.
million. That's crazy. That's
That
that high or that low?
yeah, that high. It's a risky buy
Really?
because
Because it's just 1 year?
it's well, yeah, but plus it's a
Well,
pitcher, bro.
he could be bad this year, right?
Mm,
He'll be good as long
mm,
as he's healthy. I don't think there's a concern of him not being any good. I just think that pitchers get hurt, and the way that card is, I don't think is ever gonna be worth that much.
interesting.
You
But
think
remember,
that
the
was a
cool thing is
bad
that kid
buy?
gave. I'll say again.
You think that was a bad buy then?
Yes, I do
Mm,
for that
But the
much.
person who bought it probably treats 1.1 million like we treat $100.
But that person also buys it to make money, right?
mm-hmm.
He's not gonna keep it.
Yeah, well, you would hope so, unless he's some kind of like Pittsburgh Pirates super fan or something. But yeah, more than likely it's to make money. You're right. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd
So
be interesting to see like 10 years from now, 15 years from now, like where that
5
card's
years,
valued at or whatever.
5 years from now, honestly.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because some of these cards continue to go up, right? But if he's not garbage, but if he's just a pitcher, not even like a Cy Young guy, just a normal pitcher, is it worth 1.1 million, right?
But
Even if he's
it's
just
the
an all-star.
injuries. It's the injuries,
Yeah, yeah.
bro.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah.
it's the Steven Strasburg thing. Like,
Hmm. Mark Pryor.
yeah, any
Yeah.
of those guys,
Hmm. They're so hot for a little bit and then they just kind of, yeah, because they're just, yeah, they're
they
arms.
get injured, and then they
Mhm.
can't stay healthy, and it's tough. I mean, every big pitcher is gonna be out for a year, pretty much.
You got to get at least one Tommy John.
Yeah.
But hey, man, look, money was given to the LA Fires. It's awesome. It is opening day. After an 8-0 shutout for my team, we're officially out of it, but we were in it for at least 3 hours. It was a good time.
To the White Sox, bro.
To the White Sox, Enrique. Like, I
What?
know it's one game, but when it's a fucking White Sox, just pack it up, bro. I'm done. I'm done for the fucking season. I'm not wearing this ever again. Done for the whole season. I'll see you next year, folks, because son of a bitch. Like, to the
Are
White Sox, bro.
Does it bother you that you still have 6 years on that Trout contract or what?
No, well, it's is it 6 years still?
Yeah, I
No,
think
it
so.
bothers me that it bothers me that he's not gonna get a chance to win.
Mm,
Look, he gave us. Look, I'm not that kind of a fan. I think I know it's a business. I know it's a business. If my son was there, I'd be like, get your fucking money. Who wants you? You tell him to pay up,
mhm,
bro. Like, because as soon as you're not good, they're not gonna really like. This loyalty thing is ridiculous to me because teams aren't loyal. Like nobody's
mhm,
loyal to anybody. Everybody's out there to make money.
It's a
So I'm getting
business.
that out of the way. And I'll be honest with you, that first time he resigned, he gave us a hell of a deal.
Hmm.
He gave us a hell of a deal the first time he re-signed with us. He had no business. He could have made money. He could have went to the Yankees and made double or triple what we paid him. Because that's when he was on fire. Like
yeah,
he was the best player in the league, right? So,
yeah,
I mean, he deserves to go somewhere and win. I just hope that if we're trash and he's playing well at the All-Star break, I hope that he gets a chance. Like, what if the Phillies? He's a Philadelphia kid, right? What if the Phillies are doing well and they come knocking, right? Like, just if he gets that kind of chance, just not New York. I don't want to see him as a Yankee. I don't want to see him in Boston either. Ugh. Like, just go to Philly or something like that, or go to a team that's right there, and maybe you get the chance. Like Enrique's, like he's only played in one playoff game. It was a playing game, and we lost, and then that was it. He's never played in the playoffs ever again, and like he
Not even
deserves
a
it, man.
series, bro. Not even a
No,
series.
it was a playing game. That was it. That was it. You know what I mean? So, That's the thing, Steven. Is that he's done enough for the team. He's carried that team on its back.
Yeah.
Like he did what he could do. Yeah, he gets injured, blah blah blah, whatever. But like I said, he gave us such a huge discount that first time he resigned. Like, yeah, you know what? Go win somewhere, bro. Like you've done enough.
Yeah.
And like a team, I can't trust a team who had maybe the best player in his generation and maybe the guy that's going to go down as the best player of all time, and we couldn't get to the playoffs.
Yeah,
To me,
why can't they put a team together?
they they Artie Moreno, love the guy. I was excited when he told me beers were going to be cheaper and he was Latino, but realistically, he makes a lot of dumbass moves. Like
Mm,
that's just reality. The Vladdy Guerrero move, still my favorite Angel of all time. I love Vladdy, but he also tried to get Josh Hamilton when he was damaged goods. He also tried to get C.J. Wilson when he was damaged goods. He paid way too much for Albert Pujols when he brought him over, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on.
yeah.
And then I think he meddles when he shouldn't meddle. He does a Jerry Jones thing, right? Where I think the owner for the Dallas Cowboys, where
Yeah.
like I think they know everything. Where it's like, bro, get a guy and let him do his job,
Yeah.
but let him know we're a cheap team that's not going to spend a lot, or we're going to spend a lot, and then
Yeah.
figure it the fuck out because we're in the middle, and I think that's maybe the worst place to be. Like if you're either all in or you're not. You're not that you're cheap, but like the Tampa Bay the Rays.
Yeah.
They don't spend, but they get a really good farm system.
Yeah.
They'll get these players, they'll make a
Yeah.
run, and they sell everybody off. And
Yeah.
that's just the way they do it, and that's fine. But you got to figure out where you land.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
he has gone after big names, but then doesn't put a good
mhm,
team around him.
that's what I'm saying.
So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
well, that's not gonna work.
In
Yeah.
2002, I'll still remember it. It was all homegrown players.
Yeah.
It was all kids that grew up with that team that made that happen.
Yeah.
He
You know
got
what I
caught
mean? With
up.
the sprinkle here and there.
He got caught up also for a while there when the whole team name, the whole
Dumbest shit
like,
ever, bro. I
he
never
got
liked
so
it
caught up
before and
in
all that.
he got so caught up in trying to take people from take hurt the Dodgers, like try to act like they were from LA too, like, oh, now root for us instead of the Dodgers. It's like, bro, like stay in your lane, dude, and you'll be
Mhm.
Hmm.
fine.
Mhm.
Stay in your lane and put a good team on the field and you'll be fine,
Mhm.
you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
But he when
But
he wasted so much energy in trying to do that to the Dodgers where it almost like that's when he was giving away all that money because he thought, well, I'm gonna get all these players, I'm gonna change my team name to the Anaheim Angels to the Anaheim
A
Angels of Los
Los
Angels,
Angeles.
Angeles,
Anaheim is
Like,
yeah.
so dumb.
what the
Yeah.
and
The
dude,
LAAA. Hmm.
when that happened, dude, that's when like I was like, because up until that point, even though I'm a diehard Dodger fan, I would always root for the Angels because it's the SoCal team, and
Yeah.
they were the American League, and I could root for them
Yeah.
to beat up on all the other American League teams. If they ever had to play the Dodgers, of course I was gonna root for the Dodgers,
But
but
for the
I'm
Dodgers,
always
yeah.
like,
Hmm.
Angels, let's go, baby, let's go,
Yeah.
SoCal,
Hmm.
right? Let's
Yeah.
do it. But when he did that shit, I was done. I was like, nah, you know what, man? Nah, that's not cool.
I don't even like when they were the Anaheim Angels, Enrique. I go farther back. I think California Angels was the coolest shit ever. Just
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I always said, I think the Golden State Warriors is
Yeah.
way cooler than the Frisco Warriors. You know what I mean? Or like it sounded cool, and you had
Yeah.
your own identity.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like, hey, rest of California, you don't have a team? Come this way. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
but
you know what it is? It
the
is, and I
Anaheim thing
understand
changed.
that.
Was that when Disney owned them?
Yeah, that was Disney.
So it made sense,
Disney
right?
was this one. Disney was this one. Yeah,
So it,
the
it
little
made
angel
sense.
wings. You know what I
So
mean? Like.
yeah, so it made sense, right? The Anaheim Disneyland's in Anaheim,
Mhm.
so they're just that was a
If we're
move
gonna
for
spend the
them.
money to do this, we're gonna do this with it. Yeah, I get
Mhm.
Yeah,
it. Yeah, but like you said, man, it's you can be the Mets. You're like the Mets know they're the Mets. They're not the Yankees. Yankees are New York's team, whatever. But doesn't mean you can't be successful. Just do your own thing. Like let
yeah.
it be its own thing. No, I agree with you. Like you know what I mean. I agree with you too. And it's like instead of worrying about that shit, maybe you should have put some people together. You know. But hey, man, it's a dream. And speaking of dreams, today's topic is dream vacations. God damn it, every damn time, right?
Nice,
Dream
nice, bro.
vacations, guys. These are the kind of vacations that we can afford to do, hopefully one day. But right now,
Yeesh.
probably not, right? Depending on what you guys picked and what you were talking about. So, what would be your top five dream vacations? Okay, I'm interested to see where our lists go because mine are almost like like specific to what you can do. You'll see. We'll see. So, dream vacations,
Hmm.
top five. Where are those places you want to go? On another side note, you guys can't see this, but your Muppet shirt today, Stevens, is fucking amazing, bro.
Yeah,
I
it
forgot to tell you
is.
that earlier. I'm loving the Muppet shirt today, bro. That's awesome. All right, Stevens. With that being said, we are the last two gentlemen left on the planet. What are, and at least the internet, what are your top five, ladies first, dream vacations? Where do you want to go?
So this was a bit challenging because there's a ton, like I just want to travel. If I had all the money in the world, that's all I would do.
Hmm.
I would just go
Hmm.
places and hang out for a long time and do all the local things and whatever. But because I can't travel all the time and get farther away because it's so expensive and whatnot, I have all these dreams. So that's where my list went. So at number five, and I guess I'm not being very specific until we get a little more to the top, but I've always loved Ireland. I want to go to Ireland. It's
Hmm.
green. It's like it's a small isle, right? Like um yeah, it's always seemed beautiful. Like the house, like I guess they're not even houses. I don't even want to say that. They're either castles or they're like, cottage
Yeah.
type things,
Yeah.
right? Um so I've always just kind of been intrigued by that. My sixth grade country report was on Ireland. Um
That's cool.
yeah, so I've always wanted to go to Ireland. My number four, just because there's so much history there, and it's not like a unattainable. None of these are really unattainable. If I put my mind to it, I could go. Right? It's just
Yeah.
how I choose to spend my money.
You just have to eliminate like 3 Disneyland trips in that
Exactly.
year.
Cut the pass
That's
out.
it.
Only
Cut the
three?
pass
That's
out for two
crazy, bro.
years. I'm there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
At number four is England, which is right next door to Ireland.
Hey. Mhm.
But there's a lot of history there, and
So,
I
no
go ahead.
specific places in those countries?
Of course, well, like in England, yes, because I want to go do all the England things, right? I want to do Big Ben and the cast, like, well, where the Buckingham Palace, right? Palace.
Yeah.
I want to go. In England, there are specific things. Like in Ireland, I'd be down just to like get a
Middle of nowhere,
carriage and
just where it's
yeah,
green.
just go. Like, but in England, I want to do all the history. I want to see
Mhm.
Mm.
just the history. Like,
I
there's
don't go to a
so
fucking
much there,
castle.
right? Well,
Yeah.
that place, like all the history that you learned before America existed, that's what we learned, right? Like,
That's
Hmm.
where the
um,
real white people are.
yeah. I mean, truly,
Is that bad to say? Sorry if it is.
no,
There's
it's true.
Italy. There's Norway. There's Sweden.
Those are different.
Like,
Those are all Europeans. they
They're
all blend.
European.
They all blend
nah,
together. England is the one
I
who
got a
said,
soft
"We
spot for
own
Italy in my heart, bro.
everyone."
Yeah.
They just seem cool.
Yeah. So number four, England. Number three, Italy. And specifically, like, I
Hey.
freaking love mythology. So all the ruins. I want to just go on a
Ooh.
ruin tour and
Okay.
just see all the old stuff. Um,
Mm.
because like there are things that like I talked with people that have been, and my dad will say like you're just walking down the street and you're going, oh, there's a Starbucks, whatever, little coffee shop cafe on the corner, and then across the street is the Coliseum,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
it's all this
That'd be crazy.
blended. Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
blended. It's just where they grew up, they just left it alone, right? But doesn't mean stuff didn't go up around it. um so like the Parthenon and all of like Rome specifically, Venice because it's the canals, um Florence, right, for all the history, the Sistine Chapel, like all that shit. So yeah, number three is Italy, plus fresh pasta every day. And wine.
Mhm. And you probably start smoking cigarettes. It's
You
fucking cool,
think?
bro. Like,
Maybe.
yeah, bro. Nobody gets sick over there. It's weird. Like,
Maybe.
I just, Mhm.
And now I'm gonna get really specific. So number two is Boston, and
Hey.
Salem, specifically at Halloween
Ooh.
time.
Okay. The witch trials. You want to
Yeah,
like? Okay. All
I want
right.
to go during Halloween, and it's not something I couldn't do. I could go. I can go.
Do they pimp it out crazy for Halloween?
Yes, and it's so
Oh, cool.
crowded, and
Hmm.
it gets like the prices triple because it's
Mm,
so crowded. Um, so like I could go to Boston and do all the Boston things, right? And go see Salem because it's right there and all that kind of stuff. But I want to specifically go during like a Halloween season. One, it's the fall, and they have all the trees that change
yeah, yeah.
colors. Um, and then just all the history there too, right? Like Boston Tea Party, it goes all the way fucking back to when the
Hmm.
country started, right? Like if we're gonna go look at history, there's a lot of history there.
Hmm.
Um, so I would love to do that. And then number one, of course, I'm sure you've all guessed by now. But number one is a tour of all the Disney parks. I have
Okay.
to. I
Okay.
want to
But
go to
that's multiple
Hmm.
places.
Yeah, it is Shanghai,
Yeah. Yeah.
Tokyo, Paris,
Mhm.
uh,
Mhm.
So you're all lumping them all in
Florida.
into one.
Yes, it'd be one big
I'll
trip.
allow it.
I would take 6 months, and I
Mhm.
would just go spend a week at each place and then just do
I
other
like that.
stuff around. But um yeah, eventually I wanna hit that mark where a lot of people, have visited all the parks, and I think it would be cool.
That would be
I
really
like
cool.
it.
Yeah.
I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. That's a great list. I totally, that's what I was talking about with two of my answers are very similar to that. They're kind of
Yeah.
cheating in that way. And I didn't mean to
Yeah.
do it, but I was like, dude, that would be like a dream vacation for me, even though it's
Yeah.
multiple places like that. Yeah.
Because then they're all
All right.
fresh together and you could really compare
Yes.
them. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I like that. All right, Enrique. Yeah, it sounds like you don't have experiences like that. You are in specific places, is what I'm hearing.
I have
What do you
specific
got? What's your
I,
top five, Enrique?
I have specific places, and mine truly are dream vacations. I've accepted the fact these are dreams. This is never gonna happen. I don't. It's just not gonna happen, and I'm kind
Because
of
you can't or because you won't?
because both, all of the above.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm a bitch about getting on planes, and
Mhm.
because
Take a boat,
it's
fool.
just yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So my number 5 is London, England.
Mhm.
Um,
Hmm.
I love movies based in England. I
So,
truly like watch movies and just like, dude, that'd be so cool. I kind of want to go there. Like it'd be so cool. I just think I don't know. It's just the history, everything. It's just kind of would be. It would be cool to just check it out and be there and go catch a Man U game or Arsenal or Liverpool, whatever, right? I think
Mhm.
it
mhm.
would be so cool to the biggest intrigue, one of the biggest things that attracts me about Europe is just how close everything is.
Yep.
Like we think
Yeah,
of
yeah.
we think of like here is US, Canada, Mexico. They're so far away from each other. You know
Hmm.
what I mean?
Well,
Like if you go to out there, it's like
and
Germany,
but
Spain,
we have New England where you can drive across 6 states in the same time it takes to go from
but those are six
LA
states.
to Nevada.
But those are 6 states with nothing in between. That trip in Europe is Spain to
Yeah.
Madrid to London to fucking
Well, there's
Germany.
stuff in those states, Enrique.
I
We
mean,
just
not like,
we're
but not
we're
like
just
that.
not used to it. Like Texas is big ass state. California is a big ass state.
Big
So
ass state. Yeah.
when we travel, we don't get anywhere quickly. But in New England, you can. Like people go to New Jersey, New York
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
all
No,
the time.
I know. But
Hmm.
I guess I'm not. I guess I'm just. I guess I'm saying like
The
New Jersey, like compared to like London, England,
big
versus
historical places. I get you. I
like
get you.
Philadelphia to compared to Paris, France. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like it's
Sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Sure. Big places
Um
that we won't get to.
yeah.
There goes our East Coast crowd. God damn it. All right.
Hey bro, come at me if you want, but I don't think they can argue with that either. My number 4 is Madrid, Spain.
Mhm.
Hey.
Yeah, to go to a Real Madrid game would be amazing. To go see where my family, my ancestors probably came from, you know. There's like I think I've told you, Ivan, there's a little town in the middle of nowhere actually called what my last name is. Like
Hmm.
so it would be super cool to go check stuff like that out while in that area. So um yeah, that would be amazing. My number 3 is Tokyo, Japan.
Mhm.
Hey,
I want to see how clean Tokyo is. I want to see how polite the people are in a big city. I want to go see Tokyo Disneyland or whatever they call it. I want to go
Mhm.
see what's the Disney Seas, right? Is the
Mhm.
other park there.
Yep. Yep.
Um which I've heard people say is probably the best of
Best
all of
park.
the parks in the world.
Yep.
So that would be super cool to check out. Tokyo is really interesting. It's kind of the same thing. I love Tokyo Drift, not because it's the best Fast and Furious movie, but because it takes place in Tokyo, and I just think it's cool.
Japan. I love it.
Yeah. My number 2 is Mykonos, Greece.
Mhm.
Greece.
Greece was honorable mention for me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I watch YouTube videos where people just walk around, and it's so fucking beautiful. I'm like,
Mhm.
dude, this place is
Mm,
amazing. I would love to go there.
Yeah.
It's never gonna
mm.
happen, but I kind of act like I'm there when I'm watching the YouTube videos. I put myself in there, and I'm like, I'm the one walking around. So, but it looks amazing. It looks like a once in a lifetime trip that would be super cool. But on top of that, my number 1 is Italy, specifically Positano.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's how you say it,
Mhm.
but same thing. This is like a beach town, but like there's like these buildings on the side of the mountain and overlooking the beach, and it's just like everything is so compact, but it's so like beautiful. You can tell the buildings are old as fuck. It's hard to believe that those buildings haven't fallen off the cliffs. Like how are they still there? But they're like
Mhm.
it, and just like you see the history of all that, and it's like the beach and just I don't know, it looks amazing. Same
Yeah.
thing. I watch YouTube videos of people walking around these places, and it's just it looks like it would be so cool to be there and just kind of walk around. It seems like everyone just walks around, you know what I mean? We don't. So I don't know. It looks beautiful. These places, like I said, that are for me. Plus, I mean, I just don't think I'm just gonna have to watch YouTube videos and then just do that.
One of these days,
And
bro.
try.
One
You
of these
gotta go
days.
to
God damn it.
one. Go to one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, I heard
Maybe
that. That'd be
maybe when
awesome.
I'm retired. I told my wife she's gonna have
Yeah.
to. I think there's medicine or something, right? You can take to it knocks you out or something, or she's gonna have to figure something out.
They gave
Like
it
it's
to
funny,
Mr.
To
like
get
T.
you on
You
there.
can do it.
like it's funny, like I don't even mind being on a plane. Like I'll get on one. It's just the anxiety that of leading up to it that like gets me from getting on
The
planes.
travel. Yeah, the
Just
travel part.
no, it's just literally like the once I start packing, knowing that I have to go get up and go to the airport, that whole idea of it just
Too much.
I don't like it and I just run
Mhm.
from that. But the couple
Interesting.
times I've traveled, like once I'm on like once I'm at the airport, like I'm fine. I'll get on the plane.
Mm.
I think about shit, but it's like okay, like I'm here, like whatever. Like
Hmm.
Hmm.
and then once I get to the place,
That's
I'm like,
funny.
this is cool. Traveling is cool. Once I
Mhm.
land wherever I'm going, even though the places I've been to where I've gotten on the plane, it's not like cool places. But once I'm there, it's like, oh, dude, like it's crazy. This morning I woke up at home and now I'm here. Like it's kind of cool. Traveling is cool.
That
You
is
know,
cool. Hmm.
it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the
The
whole
process.
anxiety of leading up to like the whole thing to get on a plane.
Sure.
That's cool. Nah. So for me, have 5 dream vacations. I realize not that I'm this world traveler, but a lot of it has to do with who you travel with. So for all 5 of these people need to be cool because I've also traveled with people that I want to fucking choke out, and it doesn't matter if you're going 2 blocks away
Name
when
them,
it's at.
name
Oh,
them, bro,
you know what
name
I
them.
mean? Drop names. No, that's all right. So number 5, here you go. I want to go to China. I think the
Ooh,
idea of the Great Wall of China, the idea of these temples and these
Yeah.
just beautiful things.
yeah.
We literally had a podcast dealing with the whole martial arts form that came out. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I think of how like there's probably these cool tours that I could do, yeah, that
Oh,
goes through the history of these movies and stuff like that. So,
I'm
and
sure.
then again, just the whole historical, all these dynasties, all this stuff that you could probably see that is just awe-inspiring when you look at it. I think China would be super cool.
Yep.
Number four, kind of on the same boat, but Japan. I want to go somewhere where people love kaijus as much as I do. I want to go to a fucking amazing video game store. I want to catch a Pokemon. I want to go see where Hello Kitty was made. Like, I just, the food, and also with China, the food, everything, try real versions of, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I think it would be super, super cool. And just like with Japan too, some of like technology wise, the things they always do, like what am I missing out over here? What's ahead of the game over here, right? What weird and crazy thing do you got going on that I want to check out and stuff like that?
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I think of like probably how many times I go to Frankenstein's and get my mind blown. I couldn't even imagine that. Like my fucking mind
Yep.
would probably melt.
Can you
So I
imagine?
think that would be
Yeah.
Yeah.
so fucking yeah.
Yeah.
What's that place in
That'd be crazy.
Tokyo? What's that market in Tokyo called? Stevens, do
Oh,
you know?
I know what you're talking about. Uh,
I know what you're talking about too, but I can't think
mhm.
of what
I'm
the.
gonna try to find it. Go ahead.
But it's basically Disneyland. Well,
Yeah.
Disneyland. But it's basically like Toys R Us for us, right? Like it's
Yeah.
just everything we're
Yeah.
fucking looking for in one area. So that would be cool. My number three dream vacation. I imagine a time where I am retired and I am still able to do things. That's why 58, you heard it here, fucking mark it down. 50, I'm fucking done. But at 59, 60, following a team around for a summer. I like the idea
Oh.
of going with the team. And baseball's a lot, but maybe just catching one game every series or something like that. Or even like with LAFC, going to the cities they play and away games and just then making it like if it's one game a week, then I can kind of spend the rest of the week in that place. Or at least a few more days, right? Before you travel to the next one and kind of stuff like that. So I like the idea of
Ivan,
kind of following the team around. Mhm.
we're doing this when we retire.
There you
That's pretty
go.
cool, right? I think that'd be
There you
fucking
We're
cool.
go.
And then
we're
you can
doing
follow the
this.
team. You're not hurried. You're not in the, you
Mm-hmm.
can check out
Even if
Philadelphia if they're playing Philadelphia,
even if we
Miami if
don't
they're
do
playing Miami,
even if we don't do
you
that,
know?
we go to
Mhm.
all the stadiums. We knock them out.
Something like that. Yeah. I think that'd be cool. I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
For stadiums, if it's stadiums, I'd probably rather do baseball because I think there's just more
Right.
history and they're cooler.
No, that's what I'm
With
talking. I'm
soccer,
not.
I
Yeah.
think some of those stadiums are trash. So I mean, like,
No, no, no.
but the cities are
Uh,
cool, but those stadiums are kind of fucking trash.
no,
So
I'm
I mean, you
obviously
know what I
talking
mean?
about. Yeah, I'm talking about baseball. Because
Mhm.
my wife and I
Yeah,
want
I
to do
think that'd
this,
be cool. Mhm.
and
I think that'd be dope.
like, we need to do this, bro. Let's do this
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah. I think that'd be awesome to hit up a bunch of stadiums, follow like a team around for a summer. Number two, super specific depending on when I can finally do this, but I want to see a World Cup. I want to see Mexico.
Mm.
I've
Uh,
seen them in Gold Cups. I've seen them in other cups, but the World Cup's the granddaddy of them all, right? I want to see Mexico in a World Cup, and it doesn't have to be in Mexico. Like, cool if it is or whatever, but no, what if it is in Africa or whatever, right? Maybe one of the African countries host, or maybe it's in freaking, I don't know, wherever Japan hosts one again, or it's in Germany, or it's in France, or whatever. I would love to make a trip of it and get 3 games in. And if you get lucky, you go to a fourth or a fifth, you find a way to kind of make it happen or whatever. But
that's cool.
I think it would be super cool to go to World Cup and just be in the atmosphere. And realistically, Mexico is always the best travel team in every World Cup they're in. They get more fans to these games than any other country in the world, which is fucking insane to me, bro. But they always are tops. Like, it's just the fans are loyal. Now imagine if they were good. Fucking goddamn it, bro. They're fucking even even when they're not good, they're there. So it's pretty crazy. That would be my number one. No, my number two. Sorry, my number one. I am probably too proud to a fault, but I would love to just cover fucking Mexico. I would love to
Mm,
go all the way down to the Yucatan and see Mayan ruins and work my way up. Take that Tren Maya that my dad fucking talked so much about and hit up all those lower cities and beautiful places. Go to El DF and spend more time there because I didn't even scratch the surface of El DF and what's going on there, and also do family stuff. And I have my dad's family, my wife's family, so hitting up those things as we go along, but being able to take as much of it in as I possibly can. with the Mayans, with the Olmecs, with the Aztecs, with all these other different tribes, and just these museums. And I'm a big old nerd for a museum. I love walking around and seeing history. And if it's history that I have a tie to, I think that would be fucking awesome. I mean, I did a little bit of that this past summer, and I'm like, man, this shit was cool. It was really fucking
Mhm.
cool. So I would love to do it again, and just but with more time. And at the speed, and I like a lot of these things that I think of, I'm like, when I'm retired, when I'm retired, when I'm retired, just because there is something to not having to go to work on Monday. Right, like not having to go to work next week where we can just move at our own speed. And it sucks that I feel like that, but it's like realistically, like that's the only way I can kind of picture doing some of these things. Like
Yeah.
especially if we want to do the you can do a stadium a year or two stadiums or three stadiums a year, but even
Yeah.
then I work summer school. So like I probably do two or three
Hmm.
at the most, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like then it's like, well fuck it. Yeah. And being able to just be like, nah, or like, you know what?
Yeah.
Let's spend another few days out here or whatever, right? So I think that's the to me that's where I'm at now. I'm old enough to start seeing the light at the end of the or not the light, I guess the finish line. Don't say light at the end of the tunnel, fuck, but the finish line, and maybe I'm like saving some of these for that. But I think it'd be cool to be able to not just be hurried. Like there's no clock, there's nothing tied to that. Like you can do what you want to do. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really, really cool. But yeah, a full blown just Mexico for like weeks and weeks and weeks. I think that'd be awesome. I would love to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So those are our dream vacations. Hopefully we can look back at this one day and be like, check, bitch. You know what I mean? And we did it or
Yeah.
whatever it is. That'd be awesome. I don't know, Stevens. I think you can knock out that Salem one, dude, bro. I think you could do
Oh,
that the next year.
I
Shit.
I can go, but it's the Halloween. It's the Halloween is what makes it the dream part
Cool.
because it's
They
just
burn fucking women
tough.
alive, bro. Just because they had thoughts of their own. Like, goddamn, bro.
What
Yeah.
makes it tough? What makes it tough for you, Stevens?
One, the time of year. I don't get a
Your time of
Why?
vacation
year.
in October.
We can't
Why?
get
Uh,
vacations in that time.
Oh, because you're at school. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't wait to not think about that shit, bro.
yes, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
So it makes it a little harder. Not that I couldn't, right? Like if I really wanted to, I could
You
ask
could,
and
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
But it's way more expensive. And if I want to do a lot there, I also have to have the more money to do it. And then it's more crowded, so you don't really get to see the stuff up close and personal, but there's that sense of the time of the year that it is. Like there's
Well,
just
yeah, but that's
people dress up, they have parades, they
that's
have
the
all
whole
this
point of
stuff.
why you want
So
to do it, right? Is that time of the
yeah,
year. So
yeah,
it's just
But it'd be
you know,
cool if she
go.
yeah,
started there and then stayed another week after,
yeah,
and then just
Yeah.
took it in when everybody was kind of
yeah,
gone or whatever. You know
yeah,
what I
Yeah.
mean? That way.
yeah,
And I think that's what it comes down to, right? Like,
yeah,
we could all probably ask our jobs to do certain things, but what probably
yeah.
makes us the fact that we still have jobs is that we don't.
Right.
Hmm.
That's part of
That
the truth too.
we truly, or at least that the jobs probably treat us so is that we don't, and we probably
Yeah.
usually save those for emergencies. And if anything, we're the assholes that when there is an emergency, like I'll still be there.
Yeah.
You still put in the work. You know what I mean? But of course, other people are like, "Why the fuck does this guy or girl get everything?" Yeah,
We put the time
there's a
in.
reason why, bro. There's a reason why, dog. But yeah, those are our dream vacations, guys. Hopefully you have five of your own. Hopefully you're able to make those marks off of your list, guys. But again, follow us on all our socials. Like I said, everything from Facebook all the way to MySpace. Check it out. See what's on there, guys. Give us your top fives. Tell us what you think. Agree with us, disagree with us, or give us things to talk about later. But with that being said, Steven, say bye.
Oh, bye everybody.
Enrique, let them know.
Bye. See you guys next week.
And remember, remains Ivan. Love you guys, and Wu Tanks for the children, guys.